Dear students, welcome back to Florence Academy. Today we'll be looking at writing an IELTS General Test Writing Task 1. It's a job application letter. The question is, you recently saw an advertisement in a local newspaper regarding some vacancies in a local department store or supermarket. Write to the recruiting officer in your letter the post for which you're applying, give details about your experience and why you want to get this job. In a writing task 1 general test, when it's a job application letter, there are two things to keep in mind. Whenever it's a job application letter, it has to start with this is with reference to. Okay. So you are starting with dear sir or madam. Only three things to be kept in mind when it comes to a letter. If it's a formal letter, you have to keep the same tone throughout. The signing off and the addressing should be appropriate. And cover all the points. The three questions should be covered in 3 different paragraphs and 150 words. So the word count should be 150. And the time you get is 15 to 20 minutes you can take for this task. Okay. Now let's start the letter. This is a job application letter, so always it has to start with this is with reference to. This is with reference to the advertisement placed, published in, and you have to mention the paper or the source from which you have got this advertisement as well as the date on which it was published. Okay. It can be imaginary or real. And you can also mention the column of the paper. If it's not a main employment kind of paper, if it's a regular paper with a employment column, then you can mention that. This is with reference to the advertisement published in the job hunters column. So that is the name of the column of, and I'm going to write an imaginary newspaper, the Millennium Chronicle. Another thing to keep in mind is the spelling. Always make sure you write British spelling, not American spelling, because this is conducted by IDP, which follows Queen's English or British English. So the spellings should be in accordance with that. So column of the Millennium Chronicle dated. So I'm going to write the date. Dated 5th June 2023. Okay. And the first question, the post for which you are applying. So this has to come in the first paragraph. I would like to apply for the post of maybe senior accountant. Since it's a supermarket or department store, I'm going to write senior accountant. Your post should be in accordance with the department you are writing to, the firm you're writing to. And you can just add one more sentence in your esteemed firm. Okay, so my first paragraph is done. My second paragraph is going to be give details about your experience. Okay, here you can write, you can start with your qualifications and then move on to the experience. So I'm going to, since I'm applying for the role or the job of a senior accountant, I must be having a degree in accounts or commerce. So I'm going to mention that I hold a degree, I hold a master's degree in commerce. You can write the expanded form and then in bracket you can write the abbreviation MCOM, and you can also mention which university you've taken this from to add to the word count. Indira Gandhi University, Calicut, and have more than 6 years of experience. You can also mention your uh, experience as well as the details of the experience. So starting with the qualification, you are moving on to the experience. Have more than 6 years of experience in the field of accounting. Okay, in the field of accounting, because you are applying for the post of an accountant. In addition to this, you can also mention about the other training courses or the certification courses that you have done in the field, or the other awards or achievements you have got. So this is like a selling point. This paragraph is like a selling point. You are selling yourself to the recruiter. In addition to this, I have completed something related to the accounting field. I have completed, I can write Tally Advance, okay? Tally Advance, and maybe as well as some other certificate course like compute calculation. You can make up the courses if they are not there, or you can use real certificate course if you know what they are. Like you cannot write about public speaking in when you're applying for the post of a senior accountant. You cannot write about your public speaking skills or your public speaking certificate course. You have to mention what is relevant here. So I'm talking about Tally Advance as well as compute calculation training, something to do with training and accounting, which is added to my proficiency. That's just like a selling point, also to increase the word count. Okay. Now you can talk about more details about your experience. Like you can talk about a prestigious firm that you have worked with. Out of the 6 years, 6 years of experience, the last 3 years have been with some company's name, some reputed company's name, so that uh, it always carries weightage when you have worked with giant firms. It always carries weightage because the fact that they have recruited you, they have hired you itself shows your potential, and you're still working there. So out of the 6 years of experience, the last 3 years have been with Mahendra Gowda and Sons. Yes, so the fact that this name that you have written, it shows that it's a giant in the accounting field. Mahendra Gowda and Sons firm in Chennai. So that is done. Your second paragraph is also done. Now you are going to write about your third paragraph. I'll just write it here so that it's all in the same page. Okay, now I'm going to write about the third point, why you want to get this job, and it is in a different paragraph. It has to be in a different paragraph. So why do you want to get this job? You can write any reason, personal or professional reason. Okay, I'm going to write a slightly personal reason. I have been staying outside my state, Kerala, for many years now. Because it's a local department or supermarket, it's not something hi-fi. Okay, and you have already worked with a big shot before. You have already worked with Mahendra Gowda and Sons firm, which is a big shot, or which is a bigger firm compared to what you're applying for now. That is why I'm giving a personal reason. I've been staying outside my state Kerala for uh, many years now, and it has taken a toll on my health, on my health. Okay, and you can expand that point little more because you need to meet the word count. My parents want me to shift back home. Personally, I'm also tired of city life. Okay, looks like you were in Chennai with this firm and now you want to move back home. City life and your store, you can talk about the ease of commutation. Your ease, it's there is ease to commute from your place to the store, and your store is just a few kilometers away from my home. Full stop. You can also mention, you can conclude by saying this is the reason I am applying for the same. The same means whatever has been mentioned earlier. Now, one thing to always remember while writing a job application letter is how you conclude it. You have to always you have to always enclose your resume and certificates to the place, to the firm that you're applying the job to. So that is the reason I'm applying for the same. So that is the end of your third paragraph. And just the last line you can include, I have attached my resume and certificates for your perusal, meaning your verification. This is a standard sentence in your job application letter. Again, the way you sign off, you cannot write lovingly. You have to write yours sincerely. And you don't have to write your real name. You can write an imaginary name. Okay. So this is how you can. Okay. And this, you can write the word count in bracket. This is 178 words.